Throw the slack, you fucking moron!
Oh no! Welcome to the ScreenShare, a movie podcast. Do you not like that intro?
I'm just interested. I wanted to see where it's going. I want to see where it's going.
Honestly, I feel like it was going really well until I said but it's not the ScreenShare podcast. It's ScreenShare.
That's the problem. Yeah, that was the problem.
Hey everybody, welcome to ScreenShare, a movie podcast where we watch movies. My name is Adam Cook, and I'm joined by no last name, Calder. Hey, bud.
Only sign language this episode for me.
Oh, okay. Honestly, might improve the quality. Not sure what that means. I'm pretty sure that was a dig. I didn't mean it like that. So today's episode, last episode we did Kimmy.
This podcast isn't ending until this is at the bottom of the ranking list.
All right. Last episode we watched Kimmy, which is a serious, had some gags in there, but for the most part serious story about someone overcoming obstacles. Very similar to this movie.
About a strong female character.
This episode is about Weird, the Al Yankovic story. You know, there's been a wide variety of biopics coming out. Bohemian Rhapsody, Elvis, Rocket Man.
The one with Whitney Houston.
What was the...
Want to Dance with Somebody, I think?
Blonde.
There's another one.
Snowden.
That's a good one. That's the good one. You've never seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I have not seen Snowden.
I watched it in theaters.
And it's just yet another addition to that list of
I think
biopics.
That's a little misleading, but yeah.
Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Of course, the story of Weird Al Yankovic, notorious parody artist. I've been a big Weird... Are you a Weird Al fan? Or a fan of Weird Al?
When I was a child.
Interesting. See, I've been a fan of Weird Al for a while.
You're still
now.
a Weird Al fan?
I mean, yeah. Like, I'm a fan of him. And, like, I still think some of his songs are classics.
Which one?
Which ones are classics? Like a Surgeon, Amish Paradise, White and Nerdy,
I feel
Sitting
like,
in the Drive-Thru, Yoda.
I feel like parody songs are just kind of like, you get to the chorus, and then you're good.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I think Weird Al's a different breed. Because a lot of
people... He's built different?
He's built different. A lot of people thought that he, like, once the internet popped up and YouTube popped up, that he'd just be done. Because there's so many parodies on YouTube. Most of them Minecraft parodies.
Creepers got us falling in love again.
Or no, it's Creepers gonna steal all your stuff again. You know, that's an actual banger, you know?
You're gonna get a creeper out.
MLG Pro. Come at me, bro, huh? Thanks, Captain Sparkles. But Weird Al, released an album in, like, the teens. I think in, like, 2014 or something like that. And it was a hit. And it had a lot of bangers on there.
Party with the CIA.
Foil.
I like Foil.
Foil's good. Foil. What was the...
Party in the CIA?
He did an Iggy Azalea song, Handy. I'm so handy. You already know.
Is that where he's like groping people in the street?
No, he's a handyman.
Oh, that's about the same.
He fixes a house. Anyway, I think that he is there's a reason he's the most well-known parody artist, and maybe the most known.
And what's the reason?
Or the only known. Because I think he just does it best.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he
I need to talk a little louder, I think.
Maybe a little bit.
I've been whispering.
Basically.
And it's been pretty
I don't think
sexy.
you've been whispering, you've been mumbling. He's upset. This is like the third episode in a row where you do I'm gonna be quiet and not talk gags, but then I feel the need to fill it in. There it is. And he's back.
Sorry.
Did you just wake up from a 70-year slumber?
I went to the demon realm.
Oh, demon realm. Okay.
And I got my powers.
I think that Weird Al has a... I'm just going to glaze over that.
This is...
You're acting like something is wrong with the podcast. I'm talking about What are you doing? Calder's pretending to not be able to read his notebook. What did you do while I was gone?
Man, I literally just laid here and I fucking looked at Instagram Reels.
Oh, that'll rot your brain for sure. But
Yeah.
I think Weird Al, he doesn't take himself seriously at all, but also like,
He likes to party.
yeah, like a Virgin is about being a surgeon. Like a Surgeon is about being a surgeon.
Mhm.
White and Nerdy's about they're so base level,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He makes it work much better than like anyone else really does.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a boy at our door?
I saw a body.
I see him. He's coming in.
That's what she said.
In the middle of our podcast, just a warning. There's a boy coming into the room. We're having a little. He was doing it so quietly, and then the door creaked. I don't know if that picked up. But I think he's like the best. There's a reason that he is at the notoriety to have a movie made about him, even if it is a joke.
Yeah. Especially on the Roku channel. Not
Yeah.
everyone can get that done. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Matt's here. Matt, say hi.
Hi.
Say hi
There
to
he is.
yourself.
There. Yeah, you're
'Cause
probably
you better
the one
be
listening to this.
listening. If my friends don't listen to this, I'm gonna shoot them. And
All
that's
right.
a real threat.
That's a real threat.
Yep.
So like you mentioned, this is on the Roku channel, and Roku paid for it. Is $8 million budget. So more than Kimmy, which is a little bit. I mean, I'm not surprised. There's like visual effects and stuff in this movie.
Like, how are they making that back? Are they expecting that this is going to sell $8 million worth of Rokus?
No, I think their plan was probably that enough people would go, "Oh, it's free on Roku. I'm gonna go check it out," and then they'd get the ad revenue from the Roku.
Oh, there's
website.
ads on Roku
Yeah,
channel?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like that's probably how.
Okay.
And to keep costs low, they shot the entire film over 18 days.
Ooh, what the hell?
Yeah, which is
I guess
kind of
there's not that
impressive.
many locations.
I feel like it's quite a few locations. There's like
Well, they just like
stadium,
dress
his
them
apartment,
up.
his house. Yeah, I guess like his parents' house and then the house he goes to a party at as a child is basically the same
Yeah.
set. Yeah, they probably just change it around a little bit. But apparently they were like very focused on making this cost effective. I don't think they really cared because
Mhm.
it's a joke movie basically. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, it's a joke.
Yeah. It's like Walk Hard.
Yeah, haven't seen it, but it's like it's a parody biopic.
Yeah.
It's a biopic about like there's so many things in the movie that are pulled straight from literally every biopic you've ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's funny in this because it's so on the nose.
Yeah.
Like the lip syncing is so bad. But
But
like
it
they did
sounds
that
good.
intentionally. Apparently, because Daniel Radcliffe's done Broadway, so he
Mhm.
can sing, and apparently he was pretty good and actually sang on set. But they were like, it's too good. We need to make it.
It's a little
bad."
funnier if it's Weird Al.
It's
too.
funnier if it's weird.
They did that with Austin Butler in the Elvis one.
or it was all lip syncing.
Yeah.
Same with Bohemian Rhapsody as well. I think Rocket Man though was actually Taron Egerton.
You know, let's get rid of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Just get rid of it from
Yeah.
history.
I'm
The
done.
song or the movie?
The movie. I'm done.
Okay, he's done.
Hot take of the week.
Hot take of the week: you're done on Bohemian Rhapsody,
Yeah,
the movie.
I'm done with
Do you
it.
have any context for that, or is that just that?
I just don't want. I never wanted it. I wasn't interested. No one was interested.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were interested. It did.
I
well
don't think
and got
anyone was
nominated.
interested.
Okay, no one was
I
interested.
think
in
all
Bohemian
$1 billion
Rhapsody.
that it made was fake.
Okay, I believe you.
And you have nothing to disprove that.
I do have nothing to disprove it. So I don't know if you knew this. You probably did, but way back in 2010, Funny or Die did a fake parody trailer for the Al Yankovic story.
I think I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and it had Aaron Paul as Weird Al, which is
pretty much
a
the
bit of a
same.
different take, but a little bit the same.
Is that what he says in that show?
Probably he does.
In Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and Breaking.
He goes, bitch.
He says "bitch" in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rude.
But like that did well.
Rude.
Like people thought it was funny, and apparently Weird Al showed that trailer at like on tour. He just showed it as a bit, but then people would either actually think it's real or encourage him to make it real. And he always was like, no, it's just a joke. But then he was watching all these biopics, and he was like, maybe we should do that. That would be funny. So then they did.
That's okay.
Yeah. I guess we should start. We usually ask this off the top, but I completely forgot. Did you like this movie?
I think it's fine.
All right. I thought it was.
There's a better version of this movie that came out like 15 years ago.
Called Walk Hard?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen Walk Hard.
It's better.
Okay, cool. Is it about...
It's a Johnny Cash version, but they go through like a bunch of different musical genres. And it does the thing where it parodies all the things that are in like a typical biopic.
Yeah.
So then you're watching...
So did you just feel like you've seen this before?
Yeah, and then the like weird twists that they added to it, like the Pablo Escobar thing, I was just like, I don't like this. It wasn't very funny to me.
I thought that like it was doing the fake biopic thing really well for the first 2/3 of the movie, and then it was just like, how do we end this if it's so they were just like, what if we went off the rails at the end?
Yeah.
And they did that. Like, did you find him getting assassinated did you find that?
At that point I was like, okay.
Interesting. See, I loved that. I burst out laughing when he was assassinated, and then they did the whole slow piano text on screen. Weird Al Yankovic was assassinated on September something, whatever.
I think I was just like once the Madonna stuff kind of starts,
I will say
it kind of just went a little downhill and then kept going a little downhill, and then by the end I was like, oh, they killed him.
Yeah. Well, I have a note to make on Madonna. We'll talk about Madonna after I say this.
IRL and in the movie.
But first, I'd like to say this. Here's some people from the cast. Daniel Radcliffe, Evan Rachel Wood, Rainn Wilson, Quinta Brunson, Will Forte, Jack Black, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Conan O'Brien, Jorma Taccone, Akiva Schaffer, Patton Oswalt, Josh Groban, and more. That's a good. They got a lot of good ones in there.
But some of them are only in it for like 5 seconds, right?
Some of them are.
Like Conan's in it for like...
But he's like... When Conan pops up, you're like, oh my goodness, this is... I don't know. It feels like... It feels like to enjoy the movie, you kind of have to be in on the joke. And it feels like everyone in the movie's in on the joke.
I felt like they just changed the joke, though. Like, I was in on the joke, and then the joke became something else. And I was like, oh, I don't really like this joke as much.
Okay, so which joke did you like?
I like the beginning.
Where it's just a fake biopic.
Yeah. And then when he starts like meeting Madonna, and then it starts like slowing down.
So that's what I was going to say.
Especially the Pablo Escobar stuff, I was just like not into it.
So I think Evan Rachel Wood does a great Madonna. And I think she like looks great as Madonna and sounds great, and it's convincing. But I do think that Madonna is my least favorite part of the movie, where I think that it kind of takes a turn, like you're saying, where I was really enjoying the fake biopic stuff, but then it's like her having ulterior like I guess she's the villain of the movie.
But like, why is she the villain? But like that's
because it's like silly that Madonna is the villain, but I think that they could have probably found something else that would be funnier. But I
think it's funny. Well, actually, I'm not really conflating the two, but like I think the dad is the villain is kind of a funny thing already.
Yeah, like it would be funny if he was in it more.
Yeah,
because he's kind of in it at the beginning to tell him to give up on his dreams, and then he's in it at the end to say. He was Amish. Yeah. But like he's not really in it in the middle, so if he was just in it throughout, I think that would be a bit more interesting. Or if they made like Prince the villain. Actually, no, cuz like Prince like famously disliked Weird Al.
Yeah, it seems weird to I guess then you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was going to say he probably just doesn't want
but like maybe if Coolio's the villain, Like, I feel like that'd be funny.
Yeah, I feel like...
And they could do something else, but it just feels like, why are we framing Madonna as this, like, manipulative... I don't know anything about Madonna. I don't really care about Madonna at all, but,
Sure.
like... I'm not too interested in, like, hey, she's manipulating him or trying to get him to parody one of her songs.
So, something that's, like, true about the movie is the Yankovic bump.
Yeah.
Which is, like, when he parodies a song, the original bumps up. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Madonna did actually ask him to make a parody of Like a Virgin called Like a Surgeon. So, like, that's all true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of a funny idea to make it a plot point that people are, like,
trying to
get that Yankovic bump.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was just done in a slightly weird way that, like, Madonna is manipulating him and, like, taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
So it's
I was just like, I don't
the Madonna
care for
stuff's
this.
my least favorite part as well. Like, it's just a little bit weird. I think the Pablo Escobar stuff is absolutely ridiculous, but I personally think it's funny that, like, Pablo Escobar shoots him in the chest and his platinum records block the bullet.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fun.
And then he throws one of them into his brain and then gets assassinated by Madonna, who's in charge of his drug empire. Like, that's ridiculous.
I think it just kind of felt like a little too much like a Lonely Island sketch.
Well, that's where like Funny or Die, like, it felt like a Funny or Die thing.
Where like it
that
just
part,
gets they kind of lose their grasp on it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I just think it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I think the reason I like the beginning so much is because it really showed my life. You know, when he's a child.
Yeah.
Parents hate him.
Sure.
He's a comic genius, though.
Sure.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
And then he watches his dad murder the accordion salesman.
Yeah.
That's pretty similar to what happened to me.
But what was but what was your salesman selling?
Encyclopedias. My family actually did buy encyclopedias.
From a door-to-door salesman?
In probably 2005.
Yikes.
I don't know where they are now. And I didn't learn jack shit from them.
Definitely didn't read them.
But they were like the ones where each book had like a letter on it.
Yeah. And then one has like X and Y.
Yeah.
Because they like, we could fit those into one book. Yeah.
And I don't think I read a single thing.
Oh, of course not.
Maybe my sister did, but it was unfortunate to buy them then.
Yeah. You weren't allowed to read Harry Potter books. You had to read encyclopedias.
Oh, I was allowed. I just didn't.
Yeah, now you're illiterate. So
what are these words?
I was talking about the Yankovic bump being real. Here's some other things that are real, because a lot of the stuff in this is fake. Obviously, he didn't get murdered by Madonna.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
But he did actually buy an accordion from an accordion salesman.
Nice.
Which is okay. Who's selling accordions door to door?
That's the job you would have in the mid 80s.
Thanks, man.
I'd be the milkman.
No, I would be the milkman.
No, I'd be the milkman giving out my milk to all the...
I guess I'd be buying your milk. Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
There's I don't know the song.
Me neither. Well, I did, and then... My Bologna was recorded in a public bathroom.
I like that part. My thing... Can I skip ahead a little bit?
Yep.
I think my favorite part of the movie is the roommates.
Oh, yeah.
I like the roommates a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of those guys are, but
no.
I like them.
I think they all were great when they're all talking about breaking the rules. The one guy's like, yesterday I closed my eyes going 100 on the highway just so that I could feel some
opposite
semblance
way
of,
on the highway.
Yeah. Some semblance of feeling.
Take that, mom and dad.
Yeah. Like they're all great, and they're genuinely like good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like they genuinely want him to do well. And then even when he's like drunk and like cursing them out and saying he doesn't need them, they still show up on stage to play for him.
Because that's what a real friend does.
That's what a real friend does.
Would you do that for me?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
My Bologna. Other things that were real. But oh wait, no, I've said them all. So glad that I went back to that.
Interesting. I like a lot of the cameos. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What was your favorite cameo? I like Quinta Brunson.
Quinta Brunson as Oprah is really good.
Not Owen. Oprah.
as Owen Wilson.
You wish.
I'd love to see
Owen
that.
Wilson as Luke Wilson.
Sure. Oh, I never want to see Luke Wilson in anything.
And I like the accordion salesman guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him choking on his blood on the ground.
As they like have an emotional conversation.
My favorite line read. Here are my 2 favorite line reads. 1, accordion salesman gets beat up, is bleeding on the ground, and his dad is beating the crap out of him. And then kid Weird Al goes, "Dad, you're killing him!" Because like it feels very real. Like he's actually terrified that his dad is murdering someone in his house. I thought that was good. And also when the band member of Queen comes over after he sings Another One Rides the Bus and is like, "Hey, we're doing a thing called Live Aid, and we'd love it if you joined us on stage for it." And Weird Al's like, "Hard pass," and everyone's like laughing at the Queen guy.
Honestly,
Jack Black gets tased
good idea, though.
in the neck. I think honestly, Conan O'Brien's probably my favorite one, just because seeing him do anything in like a
Andy
weird
Warhol?
costume. Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
But I think Jack Black is probably like my favorite. I don't know. I think. Actually, you know what? Jorma Taucona's Pee Wee Herman.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
At the party, was pretty good. I'll go with that.
Anything else?
Yeah. Just some other moments that I thought were really great. When he plays the accordion for the first time, he's like peer pressured into playing the accordion at this party, and then someone comes in and is like, "It's the cops!" and everyone runs. Like polka parties are some outlawed.
It's like
thing.
Footloose.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Oh, actually, I don't know why you saying Footloose reminded me of it, but apparently the pool party scene was like inspired off of Boogie Nights.
I know, I could tell.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, it did feel very similar.
I felt the energy.
Yeah. And you love Boogie
of
Nights.
Dirk Diggler's.
Dirk Diggler.
What'd you say?
Dirk Diggler is what I said.
Interesting. Yeah, that sure is what you said.
Actually, another one of my favorite rules, Will Forte as one of the like.
Oh yeah, you're one of the worst musicians I've ever seen.
You're a worthless piece of crap, Weird Al. I just think he's like so much.
I think my favorite line reading is Evan Rachel Wood when she it's the first time he drinks. And he's like, before the Eat It performance, she's like, "That's the medicine." And when he's drinking it, I was like,
"That's the medicine."
I like that.
Yeah.
I want people to start saying that to me.
I hope so. What did you think of when Dr. Demento made Weird Al take LSD?
I like that scene.
And he's like on a conveyor belt and he dies and is reborn in an egg.
I like that scene. That's a good scene.
Yeah. I feel like it was so much. The CG wasn't great, but I think it was like...
It's kind of part of it.
Yeah, I feel like it not being great kind of adds to the fact that it's clearly like in his head.
Yeah.
And then him bursting out of the egg covered in like Vaseline or something.
No Vaseline.
Yeah, shirtless and shredding the electric guitar. I thought that was funny. I thought the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like hoping that's what happens when I drop LSD soon.
What, you get reborn?
Yeah, during Avatar Way of Water.
Yeah, you're going to get reborn in an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll become a Na'vi.
You kind of already look like one.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Christ,
that was too much.
man.
I apologize. But then that LSD trip leads to him writing Eat It, which, according to this movie, an original song that Michael Jackson then parodies.
Don't they like put his mom in a fat suit though? Also, I like the actress that plays his mom.
Yeah. I thought she was good too. Just being like, we've been talking and we just think you should stop being yourself and give up on your hopes and dreams. I love that line reading at the very beginning.
But like, why did they put her in the fat suit?
No, I think it's CG. Like,
well, either or.
Sure.
Did they do that just because that's what he looks like in the music video for Eat It?
Yeah, well, for fat. Because he sees her and then...
right.
Actually, I don't even think that he does fat in this movie. I think that's just like a joke where they're like pushing him towards discovering fat as one of his songs, but then he does Amish Paradise instead.
Interesting.
So I think it was just supposed to be a reference. It was kind of jarring though when she was on screen. I was like, who is this? Oh, it's his mom.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird.
Some things I would have liked to see.
Okay.
I kind of wish they went deeper into the Weird Al songs.
Like longer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was like a Nirvana song, like they switched genres a little
like
bit.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they like White and Nerdy, because that wasn't in this one, right?
No, they kind of like.
I kind of wish they did White and Nerdy.
Yeah, I kind of think that like I did read that they made it. They were like, we should just go till Amish Paradise, because that was his first like big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did other ones before, but that was his first big one. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Weird Al. What would Weird Al fans be called? Weird Alvins?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, because you said you were a big fan. You were like a huge fan, and I can see your memorial to him on your wall.
But like I get why they did that, because he's been around for so long. They can't really. But I feel like it would also kind of lend itself to the biopic parody to go from like for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Like do just way too much. And then they could cut out the Pablo Escobar and Madonna stuff.
Yeah, because it felt like that got in the way of like showing some of his other stuff.
Yeah,
like they don't really mention him being in movies at all.
Yeah, and
he's like in real movies. He's in Naked Gun, and he has his own movie.
Yeah,
UHF. I think that's UHF.
Yeah, I think they probably like this movie kind of had to balance 50-50 actual biopic and parody biopic. But I think they balanced it more like 75%
There's
parody.
no actual biopic.
Well, like some of the stuff in it is true.
Yeah.
And like it is like for the first like half it really is a biopic though.
You said 3 things that were true. The accordion salesman, the Madonna bump or whatever,
The
Yankovic bump. I think that's it, actually.
There were some other things, I just didn't find them like super interesting, like when he does another one rides the bus, one of his friends is like playing percussion on his accordion case. Apparently he did that for real when he performed that.
Yeah, but like the actual biopic is like 1%.
Sure. Like I think they probably should have gone actual biopic a little bit more. I think they went so far into parody that it wasn't really parody anymore. It was just comedy joke, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So like I thought those parts were funny, but I think it would have been. I found it funnier when it was like subtle, like when Weird Al goes to actual Weird Al playing the like
record label
head and gives him "Eat It" and is like, and Will Forte's like, wait, what song is this parodying off of? And he's like, this is a completely original song. I wrote all the lyrics and the music. Like, I find that funnier than Pablo Escobar's birthday.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like they should have leaned into that more instead. But I also get them being like, let's make this as ridiculous as possible at the end. Like, I love him getting assassinated. That's so stupid.
Well, they can still do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Just do it later.
I just feel like there was some good stuff that they just didn't like do anything with. Yeah. And then he's dead. So there can't even be a sequel.
There can't even be a sequel. Well, no, because there's the post-credit scene where Madonna goes to his grave and his hand reaches out of the grave.
That is true.
So stupid.
That is true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that overall I really liked the vibe and I thought it was funny, especially for a Roku movie. Like, I think it accomplished what they wanted it to accomplish.
Yeah.
I just think it probably could have been a little more focused, probably.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, it just lost steam for me.
Yeah.
And I think it was after the diner like action scene where it kind of like
once he gets
started
kidnapped.
Going downhill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do love near the end where someone mentions like, pretty sure Weird Al is like, or Weird Al has a line, or Daniel Radcliffe has a line as Weird Al, where he says something like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm like a serial murderer now, because he kills like 14 guys in Mexico. Pretty great.
But it's all for self-defense. So
it's all for self-defense.
And it's in Mexico, you can kind of like do what you want.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Not really true, but all right.
Well, have you ever been?
Never been.
I ain't never neither.
I ain't never been. So, do you have any other comments before we get to questions?
Let me check.
He's checking.
I just think Daniel Radcliffe is in very good shape.
Oh, yeah, he's in great shape.
It's incredible.
It's funny because Weird Al is like a very tall and generally, I guess he's a little bit lanky for a tall guy.
Yeah.
But like,
especially when he was younger.
Yeah. But like, Daniel Radcliffe is actually quite short.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for this movie, I don't think he got buff for this movie. But like,
it was the Lost City, probably.
Probably. But he was muscular. I think it just makes it funnier.
Yeah.
I think it's
he's absolutely yoked.
Yeah. And apparently they didn't really consider anybody else. They were like, we want Daniel Radcliffe to be.
I probably could have done it, but
could you?
Like a surgeon.
That was pretty good.
Cut for the very first time.
That was pretty good. All right.
Like a surgeon.
I've got some questions.
Okay.
1. Is this movie fooling anybody?
Maybe in like 10 years.
In like 10 years, a little bit?
Yeah.
And for the first half.
Yeah. For it, I think people will be like, oh, yeah, like his dad or like his mom or whatever, they didn't want him to play the accordion.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that might become a thing in like 10 years. But
yeah.
Other than that, like, I don't think so.
Is this better than the average biopic?
I kind of stay away from biopics in general.
Yeah.
And there's two things that I'd want to see out of a biopic. Either it's like formally interesting, like in terms of how it's made. So like Elvis is kind of interesting in how it's made.
Sure.
It's kind of crazy in that way.
Sure.
Is it the best movie? No. Is it the most honest depiction of Elvis' life? Probably not.
Probably not.
Or is it just like funny and fun and someone who I'd want to see?
Yeah.
And I think it's probably better than the average one because it's not just like the same old kind of shit.
Yeah. It's self-aware.
Yeah.
Which like a lot of biopics are. What do you say? From crib to
from cradle to grave.
From cradle to grave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess technically this is.
I guess, but
actually, I'm pretty sure they literally do go from cradle to grave. Pretty sure,
yeah,
like
probably.
one of the first shots is of him in his crib, and then the
there you go.
Wow, that's very.
I wrote the movie actually, so
yeah, basically,
and that's why I'm still so poor.
I would agree that I'd like rather watch this than most biopics. Is it a better made movie? No, but
I think it's. And then in terms of this, sorry for cutting you off.
No,
category of biopic. Comedy biopic.
I
think it's worse than Walk Hard.
Okay. Have you seen Pop Star?
I haven't seen Pop Star, actually. I forgot about that because I think no one remembers Pop Star.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll watch that. But let me clarify. I think Walk Hard is better because it keeps the same joke and same tone going throughout the whole thing.
Okay. Maybe I should
It's
watch
just a different kind of thing for a different kind of person, I guess.
Well, this isn't a Walk Hard review. Should Weird Al have taken over Escobar's drug empire with Madonna, or is it good that he left? Because I did love that he left and she shot at him about 14 times and missed every single shot.
I think
that was good.
Music's gonna stop paying out eventually,
but drugs are forever.
Exactly. Diamonds are forever. What are the things that are forever, Adam?
Diamonds,
drugs, not love.
Not love?
Yeah.
I was going to say, for some reason, I was going to say carcasses.
Bones.
Matt,
fact check that. Are bones forever?
Matt, are bones forever?
I'm pulling it up on the screen right now. Internet says bones are forever.
Bones are forever.
This just in, bones are forever. Okay. Everybody write that down. We're going to be quizzing you next episode. What does the factory that his dad works at make?
Oh, so I wrote...
was that a sentence? I feel like I messed up.
What was the factory that his dad works at make? What do they make at the factory his dad works at?
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Feels a lot like the HQ in Don't Worry, Darling. It's called Victory HQ, and they're like, you can't go up there. You're not allowed to know what they do there.
Yeah.
I just like that idea that it's like no one knows what's going on.
And
here.
how
and if
finally
he pushes
gets
a button, he's going to shove a guy in a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. Yeah, he literally goes, he's like, what do you... He asks his dad what he makes there, and he's like, never ask me that again.
Yeah.
And then he asks the random guy at the factory, what do you guys make? And he's like, what do we make? This guy. And then, yeah, he's told, push this button, pull this lever, push this button. He does that like 5 times, tries something different, kills a man. Lights him on fire, I think, right?
Oh, I hope.
I hope so. And did you sit through the credits?
No.
Okay. Because there was one original song in the whole film, and it was the credit song, and it was Weird Al singing about how you just watched his movie, and now the credits
I kind of heard
are
a little bit of that.
My favorite line from that song is he goes, "This song is technically Oscar nomination eligible," or something like that in the line.
You think he'll get it?
No, I think it would be really funny if he did, because it's just such. And he does like this thing where the song ends and then he goes, that was a fake out, and then more credits roll and the song keeps going.
Nice.
And then it ends and then he says double fake out, and it does it again, which is, rule of threes.
Okay.
Favorite Weird Al song? And then we'll get to the final question.
I have a couple questions for you.
Never
also.
mind. Okay.
I like White and Nerdy. I like
White
Eat
and
It,
Nerdy's
and I
great.
like Foil.
Okay. I like his I forget what it's called. His grammar one. He has one about
Kelsey Grammer?
It's a parody of Blurred Lines.
I have no clue.
Word Crimes.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
Is he naked in it?
No, there's no music video. It's just like a lyric video.
What?
But I like that one.
Wait, why would you not make a music video for Blurred Lines? That was like the most iconic music video of that decade.
Because it's about grammar.
I guess.
And like punctuation.
Wait, what does that have to do with him making a music video?
Because it's just like it's easier to do. I'm pretty sure there's like animated portions of it, like with like
in the Blurred Lines music video?
No, in the Word Crimes music video. I don't think it's just lyrics on the screen. It's like animated.
Oh, I thought you meant it was just like they just put out a lyric video for it.
No, it's like word art.
Oh.
But then there's also like characters doing things in it. And
okay.
Stuff as well.
Interesting.
But yeah, I like Foil as well. White and Nerdy's great. I like Stuck in the Drive-Thru, which is an like old one that's like 8 minutes long.
What's that a parody of?
I think it's I don't know if it's a parody or if it's just like based on another song, but I forget. But it's like just about like how much of a hassle like getting takeout can be.
Damn,
it's just like,
that's relatable,
so
man.
Relatable. And also
me IRL,
because I'm a dumb little idiot nerd geek.
Of course,
fuck boy.
Yep,
Sorry,
that's what I was thinking.
Aggressive. I like Yoda, and based on Lola, and
like
The Saga Begins based on
like
that
okay.
one. And what's the Saga Begins based on?
No clue.
A long time ago.
Oh, American Pie.
American Pie. Yeah, there we go.
I've never heard either of those because I'm not a little nerd boy.
I think they're both good. I could probably recite Saga Begins right now, but I'm not going to because I'd rather die. All right,
I
what are
just
your
fell
questions?
asleep.
Oh, of course. I wish it was true. I wish you weren't lying.
You want me to take the big sleep?
Take the big sleep. Oh, he's already asleep. That was quick.
What are your thoughts on Roku?
Bad.
Really?
Well, I don't think it's bad. I think that like a Roku, like a physical Roku itself,
Yeah.
that is fine. But I tried to watch this on Roku and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Roku's making it hard for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, it's like a C tier smart TV thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather just use the kind of crappy one in the TV than try and use a Roku because I don't like the controllers very much.
Yeah.
The remote controllers.
The remote controllers for Roku TV.
So it's good to know. 1 out of 10. And there he is. He's ripping a farts.
Ripping a farts plural. The S is in brackets because there's just potential.
It's about the 10th one you've ripped today.
Not really.
Where are we at? 6?
Yeah.
You might have 4 more by the time we're done this, you little grease boy. Cameo you would have liked to see.
Cameo I would have liked to see?
Yeah.
I think it would have been funny to actually see some artists that he parodied in it. Like to actually see Madonna in it. I was about to say actually see Michael Jackson in it, but like, I don't know. Like there were actors playing a lot of the people that he parodied.
But you want to see the real guys.
I just think that would be funny.
Yeah. Like if Coolio was playing someone else.
Well, yeah, I guess that would only really work if they went deeper into his discography, because like early on I don't know.
Well, like Amish Paradise.
But I mean like the earlier songs, a lot of those artists you just can't get anymore. Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, like you can't really get a lot of
Oh
those.
Yeah, they're dead. Yikes.
All right.
I was thinking Nirvana, but they didn't go late enough for that.
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess. Well, you just get actors to play them. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That would have been fun.
Eddie Murphy. Maybe a little Mike Tyson. But like real Mike Tyson in the movie. Mr. T, maybe. Have someone play Mr. T.
So far, Mike Tyson's the one you've said that I think would be the funniest in this movie.
Ronald Reagan.
Yikes. Get out of here.
What if he tries to ban Weird Al? What if that's the second half of the movie?
That would be funny. Or if he's a wanted criminal for murdering a bunch of people when he goes to Pablo Escobar.
That's true.
Or for drunk driving.
Everyone drunk drives every once in a while.
Everyone's drunk drives every once.
Get me off the fucking road. I'm going to crash.
We keep looking over at Matt, waiting for something. We're not used to having an audience. But he's trying to not pay attention. He did have his back turned to us.
I felt bad. He was just looking into the corner.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hey,
I have no pressure.
You're all good, man.
I'm going from 12 to midnight. Run DMC. I feel like that could have been fun.
Okay.
And I put MJ. I think I meant Michael Jordan. But
okay.
I guess Michael Jackson too. Maybe get someone to
if he
play
showed
Michael
up.
Jackson. And then Bruce Willis.
Just
Bruce Willis was big back then.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you had someone play Bruce Willis, but I feel like it might be in poor taste now because of what's going on with him, which is sad.
Yeah.
Not that it's in poor taste that it's happening to him.
It might be in poor taste to have him in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have Chris Hemsworth as well.
Why would we have him?
Well, because he also has something sad going on.
Okay, he tested his genetics. Let's get sad when it starts happening.
All right.
That is all it was, though. He just tested his thing, and they were like, "You might get early onset dementia."
It did seem like, I don't want to like shit on Chris Hemsworth because clearly he's kind of processing some things right now. But it did feel a little bit like a rich, well-off guy realizing that he might not be in the exact shape that he is right now when he's 90 years old.
He's like, maybe I won't live forever.
Yeah. It did feel a little bit like that. I still feel bad for him.
Go back to making the jokes in the Thor costume, nerd.
I disagree with
rude.
that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's rude, but also like...
I more mean like he's talking about quitting acting to like... Which I get if he wants to like focus on other things. But
I mean...
I don't know. It just seemed like a bit of an
He
extreme
just kind of seems like one of those guys that's too obsessed with trying to live forever.
Yeah.
And like too obsessed with his body. When we all know it's a downhill battle.
Like, I hate to break it to you, and this is a real statistic that I'm pulling off of a real, like, prestigious website.
I'm excited.
99.91% of people gonna have Alzheimer's.
What's your favorite scene in this movie?
I think probably the LSD scene is just so ridiculous.
What? Rewind a little bit.
Okay, let's rewind.
So you say 99.91%.
Yeah.
What are you thinking when that's going through your head? Are you thinking
Like,
that
that's
that's
the amount
actually
of
your true
people-
statistic?
Well, yeah, I'm pulling it off of right here. Right here, I'm pulling it up
so
on this
when he says right
website.
here, Adam puts his hand up in the air and squints his eyes.
Right here, I'm getting it.
Do you have a Google Glass on?
No,
Where are you seeing this?
I have contacts in.
You don't have contacts.
You know, like in
you
the
have perfect
Batman
20/20
when they put the contacts in and it's like a little camera. I have that, but I see the most prestigious medical website,
which is
www.
That's a good way to start.
Another
good entrant.
The most prestigious medical website you've ever read.com. Sorry, .gov. .org, actually. I think the LSD scene's probably my favorite. I also like the scene where he like comes up with the idea for My Bologna.
That's a good scene.
When
as well.
the radio's like skipping and he's like,
and they're like, what the fuck? Did this guy fall asleep?
And his friends are like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. I just love that whole scene. I think that's great.
I also, as I mentioned, I like the diner and I like the pool party. I think the pool party's fun.
Yeah. That's like the cameo scene.
Yeah.
Where they were like, okay, let's just get all the famous people for this one day of filming.
How did they do it?
Ooh.
That's all I got.
Also, I do want to quickly say that I think that both of the child actors for Weird Al actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they were good.
I liked them.
Yeah. They weren't like, what did they say about the Harry Potter kids? Like,
charisma free.
Yeah, charisma free.
Yeah. A celebration of dribbling goo or whatever it was said about the movie. Yeah. Classic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Another Radcliffe picture.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm losing
What Daniel
it.
Radcliffe is to me, Zoe Kravitz is to you.
And what's that?
We just have been picking their movies a lot.
Yeah, I gotta stop.
I gotta stop picking Daniel Radcliffe movies. You've got to stop picking Zoe Kravitz movies.
I think we will next month. I'm not really sure.
So, all right, who are you casting Adam Driver in? Unless you have more questions.
I think probably Weird Al.
Weird Al?
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, I was trying to think. Maybe you cast him as someone in the cameo scene. Like, that seems like the easy answer, like the pool scene. Just cast him as, like, I don't know.
Mark Messier.
Sure. Ronald Reagan.
Damn, that'd be good.
Well, I guess it would be George Bush at the time, right?
W?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I honestly have no clue what the hell I'm talking about.
But, yeah, I think just, like, a fun cameo in that scene. But also, Adam Driver as Weird Al would be pretty hilarious. Because he's just, like, so not that.
Are there any Italians we could cast him as?
He'd be hilarious as Pee Wee Herman.
He looks like him.
Slick his hair down.
Slick back.
Slick back. That'll slick back
Sloppy
real
steak.
nice.
This guy got Raycons.
This guy got Raycons in, trying to drown us out.
This guy got Raycons in.
This guy's got Raycons in.
He's a Ray J fan.
Hey, Matt, what's your opinion on Ray J?
I don't know who that is.
All right.
The guy who makes the Raycons.
That's good. You know what? That's good. Wait, does Ray J actually make the Raycons?
That's why they're called that.
That's not what I know Ray J for.
I know what you know him for. Illicit sex tapes.
Where does this rank?
I think below Batman.
Below the Batman, above Hardcore Henry? I'm okay with that.
We're pretty like peaceful about a lot of these rankings.
Yeah, I mean, in the first, or not the first episode, in episode 2 when we did Harry Potter, I was like really gung ho for making sure Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was first, or was just a at the top, near the top.
Yeah, because
and
there's only. Well, I mean, it's near the top, whichever position it's in. But
yeah, and I stated in that movie, in that episode, I'm not gonna argue for my movies that hard every time. I just very much believe that, and I think that I agree with this list. So right now, Weird, the Al Yankovic story, sitting at number 7, between the Batman at 6 and Hardcore Henry at 8.
Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure doing business with you, soldier. Oh, this is. We're gonna put our mics up to our handshake and see if you can hear it. All right.
Pleasure doing business.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Next week... Oh, what is next week?
Waves.
Waves is next week.
Oh, no. Oh, we got it wrong again, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually that awkward moment next week and not waves. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, so
next month,
the next month, February, if you didn't know,
is Romance Month.
romance movies. I think this will be a fun month.
And I think we're going to do it naked.
Yes, and we're never going to do video podcasts except for Romance Month, in which we are going to do video podcasts and we're going to have our wieners out.
And it's going to be posted on Pornhub.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
And then if they don't let us post it on there, X Hamster probably.
And if they don't let us post it on there, X videos will probably.
And then
post
if
it
they
on
don't let us post it on there, we're going to make a Tinder account and just send it to whoever we match with.
there. Yeah. And we're going to set our distance in Tinder to infinite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get a penguin.
Hopefully we get a little penguin from Antarctica, and they like seeing our little wieners hanging out, talking about waves next week.
Talk about your own wiener. Don't talk about mine like that.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.